Hi, I'm Lisa.
And I'm Dwayne. Welcome to our channel. This is our third month. We're in Paris. Ooh la la! We've just spent the last 28 days here in Paris in this tiny, well, we'll talk about that later.
It is tiny. It's like smaller than a cruise ship cabin, but not as well organized.
Absolutely. It's been an adventure is what we'll say.
Yes. And this is our overview video. As we slow travel, we are looking for a place that we might like to spend 6 to 12 months at and really become more immersed in the culture and the town or the city that we choose. And this was a bit of a shocker for us because we've spent the last 2 months in Mexico, which is very chillaxed and it was very warm. And we got here and we are right in the middle of Paris. So it's definitely been like urban shock.
Culture shock. We definitely did a different change from those. So.
Before we kind of go over our criteria though, I do think we were kind of laughing about how this place is so small. It's super important if you're going to spend a month in a place to really get a comfortable place. Yeah, that was hard on us. We picked this one because it was close to the Eiffel Tower and it's close to like literally across the street a bus, train.
The metro, the train, the subway is all within like a 10 feet feeling of.
And there's also underneath there a market that pops up twice a week. I think it's on Wednesday and Saturday. They had all the fresh fruits, meats, vegetables. So it was a really great opportunity for us to shop at. But there's a lot of trash because of that. And that was kind of hard and different for us. We have to be honest, I thought it was just gonna be more beautiful and clean, but a lot of residue. So
it's more than likely the area we're in because we did see other areas that are just absolutely beautiful and wonderful.
So pick a good place.
Pick a good place.
Don't listen to us.
Pick a good place.
So anyways, our first criteria that we like to always consider if we want to live here long term is,
do we feel safe?
Yeah.
And of course, we did feel safe. We didn't see any issues, no violence, no crimes. We did hear police officers. We saw the ambulances going through. So there's a lot of police presence everywhere. We didn't see anything go on. Also safety in terms of crowds. There were a lot of crazy drivers here. So you definitely have to watch crossing the streets. And sometimes people just jet and go and they don't realize there's traffic coming from the other street because the streets are not like in the US where they're all based on square sets and one way, two way. It's crazy in how so the safety of the streets was definitely one.
I thought it was nice though because I made a rookie traveler mistake and I didn't put my phone completely in the pocket. I just was in a hurry that morning and one of the tour ladies on the street corner, she came up to me and she was like, "Man, you need to put your phone all the way in." And then she laughed and she was like, "This isn't America." And I was like, my phone would have got stolen in America. Like it was me, but it was very kind of her to look after and to help me not get pickpocketed. So people were nice and we felt safe.
And much like in the States, when you're in certain areas, you definitely need to be more aware of your surroundings, and that's what we suggest.
Our second criteria is affordability, and we acknowledge we are in Paris and it is way expensive. So it's been fun. We found this small condo or flat, whatever it would be called.
Studio.
And it's pretty expensive. It's like probably the most expensive place we've stayed so far. I mean, it's our third month, but even looking forward, it's pretty expensive for us. And we did find another website from some locals called Wonder Flats, which is more European based, that had some better offers. So I would check that out when we come back next time. Food has been pretty compatible to what in the United States in terms of eating out. We tend to go out. We've splurged a lot on eating out. And so we would share and then have drinks. And that was about $45 at the local, what are they called? Like the cafes.
Yes, the cafes. It's all in French, so I don't know what it's called.
And then we go to a coffee shop every morning, and that's costing us about $10, but we get 2 coffees, and then we'll get something to snack on. Grocery stores are really expensive because we are literally urban.
Downtown urban.
And so definitely the fruits, half a pint of blueberries was $2.99, and the strawberries, for a full pint, was $5. So fruit was moderate, and egg was 49 cents. So that was been a little bit more expensive for us. And then we did a couple excursions and tours, which are on the expensive side. So we just tried to maximize our dollars. We did a big bus tour that lasted for 24 hours, and we took the tour portion of it. We just sat on the bus for 2.5 hours and looked at every place and relaxed. And then we wrote down where we wanted to go, and then to get the biggest bang out of it, the next day we got up and we used it as a hop on, hop off. So we tried to maximize it because it was expensive.
It was nice.
So,
It was let's map out where we wanted to. We think, oh, let's stop there. We saw places along lines that we didn't feel like we could walk to or would have missed had we not taken the big bus tour. So highly recommend that.
but overall, we've spent a lot of money.
The next criteria is weather. And it has been lovely weather to say, but it is a little bit more moderately cool than we're used to. We're from Arizona.
And it's April right now in Paris.
So yes, April in Paris is a little chillier than we had anticipated it being. But we luckily did pack our scarves and our sweaters and jackets and have used on several occasions all three. And then also had to remove all three once we went inside for something to eat, or you part the way and the sun comes through on one of the parks, or so
the wind is cold. Like you think you're okay, and then all of a sudden it gets kind of windy.
It's breezy cold, and then when it does, that breeze hits you, it is really, really cold. So next time we come back, I'm voting for summer.
Yeah, we're gonna try in the summer. Our next criteria is we really are looking for a place that supports a healthy and active lifestyle. Like we like to be outside, we like to do activities, and we like to stay fit. And we struggled a little bit here.
It's a challenge.
Yeah. This place is pretty small, so we can't do like our push-ups or squats inside. There's a small courtyard where we tried to do our yoga and a little bit, but it's a courtyard where people pass through. It's also a courtyard where people stand down and smoke, and the recycle bins. So it didn't feel as comfortable as we had hoped it would be. Nothing's hard when you're trying to do some cardio and you breathe in, and it's a big
secondhand smoke.
Big secondhand smoke. We tried jogging through the city a little bit, and that's hard because there are so many people and cars and bikes. We had a little bit better luck at the parks. Like there was at least some spaces, but you're still really watching for people, and if you're listening to music and trying to watch each other,
yes,
it's a little.
I can't get lost. If she loses me, I'm not going to get found. So
definitely. So I would say we struggled in the staying active.
It was a little more difficult.
When you leave, you just want to eat bread and drink wine. There were no gyms. I mean, I think we saw like two in the area, and it's not something where there was a lot of day pass situations. There was like a pass where you could try it, but then they wanted to sell you a long-term membership, which is not what we were looking for. Yeah. So, fetch.
Next criteria is, were the people friendly? And they absolutely were. It was really wonderful. We've always heard, the French are rude, the French are rude. No, that's just a horrible, horrible stereotype of...
We met so many nice people.
So many. Little boy on the bus. I asked him, I told him that we were American, and that I asked if he spoke English, and the response was, but of course I speak English, in that great tone too. It was wonderful.
And he shook your hand when you left.
My hand. He was very polite and wonderful too. Every time we've stopped to grab bread or to eat, they're smiling. The one thing we did notice is they're crowded, that there's a lot of other tourists, and so sometimes you're waiting in line, sometimes you're trying to get somewhere really quick, and that has a tendency of not being so friendly. And we've noticed several times too that we felt like we've had to get out of someone else's way versus both of you kind of giving way to each other. So.
There's a lot of families here on vacation, and you can tell that they're kind of getting tired. Like, those were the kind of...
Pushy and fussy. Those two are the two common words. So.
That was us.
I'm fussy. She's pushy.
But I would say overall, friendly, and it was nice that most people did speak some English to help us along the way, and that made it
Google
easier.
Translate works. Yeah. And definitely download the offline version so you can keep up with it.
And our last criteria, which I always love, it's so important to me. And Dwayne's like, I love the kids.
It's important to me too. I love the kids.
I kind of want to feel like it's easy for me to stay close and in touch with our kids and our dog. And it's been a little bit of a challenge because our kids are in Arizona, which is Pacific time, and so we have a 9-hour difference.
9-hour delay.
And they want to talk, and I'm ready to go to bed. Or vice versa. And I'm like,
we're ready to talk.
Are you
it's
up?
1 o'clock in the morning for them.
So that's been a little tough. And our son did have one. He needed some help with some paperwork and 2-factor authentication, and that was a little bumpy for us. So
we think we have it ironed out. We'll let you know next one.
it's okay. It's not like when we were in Mexico and we really could. I felt like we could hop on a plane and go see them. Like, it definitely would take some planning, but it's been fun. I mean, we've really enjoyed it. We want to come back because we made some mistakes and there's some things we would do better. Like, we found some different areas that we would want to stay at. We like the 7th off of like the corner of Clear and Rue de Claire, and because that had less cars and more shoppings, and we liked some of the fancier areas too. That was a little bit hard. The overview of those were beautiful and nice, but when you're a slow traveler and you're on a budget and you only have one suitcase, it's hard to shop. Like, you're like, you don't shop, and then you're like, oh, I guess I can't buy that shirt and that handbag. And so that was hard for me.
The other thing too that I would have liked is we didn't get here on the 1st of the month. We didn't catch it in the month. We were kind of in between. So the first Sunday has museums that are complimentary or open to, and so we utilize those. So overall, we really enjoyed our stay. It's Paris. It's wonderful. Yeah. We are looking for a little bit more of a relaxed vibe, so we'll find a different district, Arrostant. I'm not sure that I'm saying that right, but different, a little bit further away. Most people were rushing to get somewhere, rushing to get to work, rushing to get to an attraction. So there was that little bit of anxiety and a little pushiness.
Yeah, it gave me a little, when everyone was in a hurry, I was like, you absorb it. Like, so anyways.
We're looking for a little bit more chillaxed vibe, much like our Mexico trip, which is difficult. We probably should have did Mexico afterward.
Well, our next month, we're off to Ibiza, Spain. So we're back to the beach and relaxing. So
hopefully it'll be nice too.
So hopefully you will subscribe and sign up to watch it. So thank you so much.
See you soon.